Through monitoring, the president found that all the lunches sent by his wife were thrown into the trash can by the female secretary. He thought that he scolded his wife yesterday, and the president suddenly felt very guilty, so he immediately chased out and told his wife that he would give her more property when she divorced, but now his wife just wants to divorce him quickly. When the president heard his wife's abnormal answer, he changed his mind about divorce. But what he doesn't know is that the wife in front of him is no longer his former wife. It turned out that 3 days ago, his wife gave him lunch, and she suffered a major car accident on her way back. The doctor called the family and asked them to see the deceased one last time, but the husband replied coldly, "I was very busy," and said that I would be notified to collect the body when my wife died. The woman finally realized how cold-blooded her husband was, and her heart suddenly died. She remembered that she used to be the lady of one's family, but when she died, her husband and family turned a blind eye to herself. Women finally left the world with incomprehension and hate. Unexpectedly, when he opened his eyes again, he found himself reborn a year ago, and the first thing he did and the first thing she did was to take out the divorce agreement that her husband had already drawn up from the drawer. She thought that she had tried every means to please her husband before, but in exchange for all kinds of cold eyes and insults. The previous life. Blame me for weakness. This time, I won't let you bully me again. Assistant Fan, you tell Shirmubai that I want a divorce. Soon the assistant took the divorce agreement signed by the woman and handed it over to the president. When the man learned that his wife not only agreed to divorce, but also didn't want to divide her huge property, the president was very surprised immediately, because his wife, who was still unwilling to agree to divorce yesterday, agreed and signed it so happily today. He thought of his wife's use of grandma to approach him before, and he felt that his wife must have deliberately left the house clean and then framed herself in front of grandma. So he asked his assistant to call back the agreement and redraw it. Meanwhile, the woman has packed her bags and is ready to leave this despised home. When she left, she also asked her aunt to throw away all the flowers in the yard. But you planted these with your own hands. Anyway, Shirmubai doesn't like it, so don't keep it. Soon after the president returned home, he learned the news of his wife's departure from his aunt, and he felt a little lost in his heart. Move these flowers back and restore them to their original state. All right, young master. When the president returned to his room, he took off his clothes as before. He looked at the fallen clothes and remembered that his wife, like a servant, had left the house. When he sat on the sofa and picked up the water cup to drink water, he found that the water cup was empty. And before these inconspicuous things, his wife prepared them for him in advance. He thought of this, which made him throw the cup to the ground angrily. He thinks these are all hard-to-get tricks played by his wife. However, she couldn't wait for her husband's woman in the Civil Affairs Bureau, so she came to the company directly. When the female secretary came up, she mocked the woman and asked her why she didn't come to deliver lunch to the president today. It turns out that in the last life, a woman will send his favorite lunch to the president every day at noon, but the lunches refused to be sent in by a woman's secretary under the pretext that the president does not eat it. And in order not to let the president find out, the female secretary also deliberately threw the lunchbox into the trash can. In order to provoke the relationship between a woman and her husband, she also said that the president threw the lunch she sent into the trash can. People still have to be a little self-aware. Madam, do you agree? Don't you dare talk to me like that? How dare you? You want to give Shirmubai as a lover, I don't bother to take care of you, but it doesn't mean you can be arrogant to my head. The female secretary looked at the uncharacteristically woman, and she suddenly became a little scared. At this moment, the president came out of the elevator, and the female secretary immediately covered her face and pretended to be delicate, saying that the woman misunderstood her relationship with the president. But the female secretary didn't expect that the woman ignored her at all and threw toilet paper directly on her face. What are you doing here again? Shirmubai, you are really good at humiliating others. What are you talking about? Such a stupid woman. She can also take my ex-husband. Isn't this a humiliation to me? President, sure, madam, she seems to have misunderstood my relationship with you. You go ahead. Do you want money or projects this time? What? Every time you come to the company, you send me lunch. It's all about investing in your father's company. You agreed to divorce this time, and you don't want any property. What the hell are you planning? What are you talking about? I didn't ask for anything from you, and it was a wife's concern for her husband to send you lunch before. Your father got enough from our company. Don't be too greedy. I don't know anything about what you said. When I come to this step, I don't bother to explain anything to you. It doesn't matter whether I believe it or not. I have signed the divorce agreement. I waited for you for an hour at the Civil Affairs Bureau. You are wasting my time. This is a waste of your time. I thought all your time was stuck to me. I can't help it. I was stupid and wasted too much time before, so I cherish my time very much now. There is still an hour before the staff of the Civil Affairs Bureau get off work. We can still go there now. Since I divorce you, I won't treat you badly, and my property should be distributed to you. You don't have to pretend to be generous to me. Shirmubai, I have signed the divorce agreement, and I have been waiting for you for an hour at the Civil Affairs Bureau. If it weren't for your absence, we would be divorced by now. Do you think I'm joking with you? Are you really going to want nothing? I don't even want you. Why do I need your money? Hurry up, the staff of the Civil Affairs Bureau will get off work soon. You're in such a hurry to get rid of me. Yes. This is the end of our marriage. Mrs. Shur did not ask the company for any projects for her father. Instead, it's your female secretary. She has repeatedly thrown away the lunch that her wife gave you. Okay, I get it. Wenyan, we will know each other. It was introduced by parents of both sides. If we want a divorce, we must inform our elders first. I'll let the lawyer talk. You can go first today.